Hi all, welcome to the video lecture series of Python for Machine Learning. In this video lecture, we'll be discussing about the topic abstract classes in Python. The simplest definition of an abstract class is it's a class that contains one or more abstract methods. So a class, if it contains at least one abstract method, then we can call that class as an abstract class. Now, what is an abstract method? An abstract method is a method that is declared but it contains no implementation. That means only the method name will be there. The body of the method, the lines of code inside the method will not be there. Such methods are known as abstract methods. So what's the need of an abstract class? When we use an abstract class, we cannot create objects of that class. That is what we mean by instantiated. That means abstract classes cannot be instantiated, and all these subclasses, that means all the classes which inherits this abstract class, are responsible to provide the implementation of all the abstract methods inside the abstract class. So suppose I have an abstract class A, and suppose inside the abstract class I have three abstract methods. Then another class B inherits this class A. Then B must be providing the implementation of all the abstract methods inside class A. Even if class B does not require those methods, B must provide the implementation of all those abstract methods. And what's the use of abstract classes? As mentioned earlier, it is used to define a common interface for different implementations. That means if I want to set a common structure, that means all the classes which are going to inherit this abstract class must provide the implementation of all the methods inside the abstract class. So abstract classes are really useful when we have to create a structure, a basic structure, so that all the classes which inherits this abstract class must have or will have all the abstract methods with the body in it. Suppose I am declaring a class, suppose class 1 is the name of the class, and I am declaring that class as abstract, and I have three abstract methods inside that class, and I have three child classes of this abstract class 1, say class 2, class 3 and class 4. Class 2, class 3 and class 4 are the child classes of this abstract class 1. Then class 2, class 3 and class 4 must provide the implementation of all the abstract methods inside the class 1. So what does that mean? In all these three classes, class 2, class 3 and class 4, there will be methods with same name, but they can provide different implementations. So we can make sure that all these child classes will have the methods with same name, but their lines of code may be different. That depends upon the class 2, class 3 and class 4. These abstract classes are really helpful when we implement some project some projects regarding the banking field and all. We know that in India there are several banks, right? All the banks will be having several rate of interest. So suppose I am creating a class named bank. Inside that class I have a method that is named as get rate of interest. I am declaring that method as an abstract method. That means that method will not have a body. It will have only a name. And I have ICICI Bank, I have SBI Bank, State Bank of India, I have HDFC Bank, I have Federal Bank. There are different banks in India, right? All these banks, suppose I am writing a program for all these banks, these classes, the class for SBI, class for HDFC, class for a Federal Bank, class for ICICI, all these classes inherits the abstract class bank. So since there is a method that is abstract, get rate of interest, that's a method that I have written inside the class bank, this method must be there in all these subclasses, but the rate of interest that is returned by these methods inside each of this class can be different. But I can make sure that since I have declared the bank class as abstract, all the child classes of class bank, including all these four banks, will have this method named get rate of interest. So abstract classes are mainly used in such situations where we want to make sure that the methods, certain methods must be there compulsorily in all the child classes, but the lines of code can be different in each of those classes. I hope you understood. As mentioned just now, an abstract class is defining a common interface for a set of subclasses. All the subclasses will be having the specified common interface. Common interface means it will have the methods and attributes common to all subclasses. So if you want to create some subclasses in which there has to be certain number of methods common to all, then we can define a class as an abstract class, and we can make the other classes to inherit this abstract class. In such a case, all the attributes and methods inside the abstract class will be there inside each of the subclass, and each of the subclass can determine what they have to do in each of these methods. So it helps in reducing the code duplication, and also it enforces the subclasses to implement abstract methods. That means it is compulsory that all the child classes must provide the implementation for the abstract methods inside the abstract class. If these classes are inheriting an abstract class, then the child class must provide the implementation of the abstract methods inside the abstract class. Now, how to define an abstract class in Python? There is a module named ABC in Python which helps us to create abstract classes. So we can define a class as an abstract class by using ABC, where ABC is a module name and capital ABC, that is the abbreviation for abstract base class. And if we want to define a method as an abstract method, we can do it by abc.abstract method. Here ABC works by marking methods of the base class as an abstract. And if you want to mark a method as abstract method, as mentioned in the first line, we have to use abc.abstract method, and we can use the @abstract method decorator to indicate that the method is an abstract method. A concrete class, that means a class without any abstract methods. Okay, so that point is very important. A concrete class which is a subclass of such an abstract base class then implements the abstract base by overriding its abstract methods. That line is quite complicating to understand, but it means if a class which is not an abstract class is inheriting an abstract class, then the subclass that we have created just now, that is a concrete class, must provide the implementation of all the abstract methods inside the abstract class. I have an abstract class A, and I have a normal class B. The normal class B is inheriting the abstract class A. So the class A is said to be abstract because A contains one or more abstract methods. So assume that there are two abstract methods inside class A. Now class B is the subclass of class A. So B must provide the implementation of the two abstract methods inside the class A as per our example. That is what the last line means. So the child class of an abstract class must provide the implementation of all the abstract methods inside the abstract class. If the child class forgot to provide the implementation of any of the abstract methods, then it will lead to a type error. Now we will see an example. The ABC module that I have mentioned earlier, that is used for creating abstract classes, it defines an ABC meta class, which is a meta class for defining abstract base class. As you can see in this example, we have imported the module ABC, and then we are creating a class shape, and see in the pair of parentheses we are writing meta class equal to abc.abc meta, which means we are declaring this class as an abstract class. So if you want to create an abstract class in Python, you have to remember this step: class name, then in the pair of parentheses meta class is equal to abc.abc meta. Similarly, if you want to declare a method as an abstract method, we have to use @abc.abstract method as a decorator. So before the method area, we have written this here. That means area is an abstract method now. As you can see, we have not written any lines of code inside the class, inside the method area. Now we are going to write another class rectangle which inherits the class shape. Now rectangle is the child class of class shape, and shape is an abstract class because shape is declared as abstract as well as it contains an abstract method area. So now it is the responsibility of the class rectangle to provide the implementation of that abstract method. If the class rectangle does not provide the implementation of the abstract method area, it will lead to an error. So in this example, rectangle class have provided the implementation of method area here. So that is what it is explained. So now the rectangle class is a concrete class, means it does not contain any abstract methods and all. It's a normal class. Now we can create objects of class rectangle, but we cannot create objects of class shape because it is an abstract class. Okay, so here the parent class shape is an abstract class, and the child class rectangle is a concrete class, and the rectangle class behaves as a normal class. We can create objects, we can call methods by using the I had explained these 2 points before, but this is very important because an abstract class can contain one or more abstract methods. The child class must implement all of them without failing, because if any one of the abstract methods are not implemented inside the child class, it will lead to type error. I will repeat it once again. Suppose an abstract class consists of 5 abstract methods. Then the child class which inherits this abstract class is responsible for providing the implementation of all these 5 abstract methods. Even if the child class does not require these abstract methods, they must provide some kind of implementation of these 5 abstract methods. Otherwise, it will lead to type error. We shall conclude now. In this video lecture, we discussed about abstract classes in Python, how to create abstract classes, how to write abstract methods, how to inherit the abstract class, etc. That is all in this video lecture. Thank you so much.